Alright guys, so the Season 9 Apex Legends meta just got even more interesting. Obviously when this season first started off, the Butcheck Bow and the Spitfire were the two main guns that everyone was just using in arenas, in pubs, in ranked. Those guns were just everywhere in the game, right? Respawn then went on to nerf those guns because everyone was understandably complaining about how good they were. So everything seemed to be in balance because Respawn made those nerfs, right? But recently guys, one particular weapon popped out of nowhere and everyone seems to be talking about this gun in arenas, in pubs, in ranked. It seems to be the brand new God gun in Apex. And what gun is this? What is this brand new God secret gun that no one really used before? The LSTAR. Yes, the LSTAR. Now honestly guys, the LSTAR was always a pretty good gun. It was never really a trash weapon. But obviously when pros make statements and pros begin to use certain guns and pros begin to realize, how useful certain guns could be, the rest of the Apex community seems to follow suit. So the reason everyone is talking about the LSTAR right now in Apex is because of the introduction of arenas. Arenas obviously is a much more close quarters, close engagement style game mode. So ideally you want to have some close range weapons. The LSTAR just so happens to be a very good close range gun because of its damage output and also because of its muzzle flash. It makes it very different for enemies to see you, which is a big benefit if you're in a close quarters gunfight. So because of the type of game mode that arenas is, everyone has realized the potential and the deadliness. Is that a word? The deadliness. The deadliness is not a word, but how deadly the LSTAR could really be in Apex. One of the biggest Apex streamers actually talked about this, Noko, and he was basically just kind of, predicting the LSTAR becoming one of the strongest weapons or the most used weapons in this game because pros began to use it. And he was right. He was completely right.
You know what's funny, actually? Dude, remember yesterday when I said, when somebody was like, bro, the LSTAR's so bad. The LSTAR's so bad. Why is everyone using the LSTAR? Something like everyone was shit talking the LSTAR, right? And I said, just because you're projecting the fact that you can't use it doesn't mean it's not good. I'm like, the LSTAR is actually broken, especially in arenas. It's a super strong gun, right? Now you look at, right? I said, I guarantee you, if everyone started to use the LSTAR and people started to talk positive about the LSTAR, being like, it's broken, it's strong, it's overpowered, it's really good, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's like, the conversation shifts to being like, LSTAR's so good, LSTAR's strong. And then the conversation is like, bro, you're so bad because you just used the LSTAR, right? Like, and then like, now look at today, from yesterday to today. Remember yesterday, everyone was shit talking it, being like, you're throwing for using the LSTAR. Why are you using the LSTAR? Blah, 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 blah. Now look at today. Everyone's like, LSTAR is so good. LSTAR beams. Everyone's using the LSTAR. Why is everyone using the LSTAR? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
So shout out to Noko for actually predicting this, guys. He was completely dead on. I mean, I'm making this video right now, so he must have been right. So with that said, let's actually take a look at the LSTAR itself, its damage numbers, its special, unique abilities and quirks and stuff, and what makes it such a unique and deadly gun in this game. Before we jump into that though, the LSTAR was buffed in Season 7. That was the most recent buff. It wasn't buffed in Season 8 or in Season 9, but basically all the Respawn did to the LSTAR in Season 7 was make its recoil a bit more controllable, so it has more vertical recoil instead of side to side recoil. So the LSTAR has basically been the exact same throughout Season 7, Season 8 and Season 9. So that buff in Season 7 has nothing to do with the LSTAR being used so much right now. It has always been a good gun. So in terms of damage, the LSTAR does 36 damage to the head, 18 damage to the body, 14 damage to the legs. It also has a fire rate of 600 RPM, and just based on these stats, this gun doesn't look insane. Like, these stats won't make me think that this would be a very strong gun. It's pretty like average stats. The flatline has the exact same fire rate, but it does 1 more damage to the body. It doesn't do as much damage to the head as the LSTAR does, but it still has a very respectable, damage output. So what really makes the LSTAR so good? Why is it all of a sudden being used by pros and being used in arenas and stuff? And as I kind of mentioned before, guys, one, it's a very good close range gun, but also, guys, it has a very unique feature. This gun has a very unique quirk about it that makes it, so heavily useful in ranked lobbies, in pro lobbies, in competitive games, and as I said before as well, in arenas. And this is that the LSTAR can actually open doors. And this isn't news to anyone, like everyone already knew that the LSTAR could open doors. I think. I feel like the gaming merchant must have made a video on that at some point, so everyone kind of knew that the LSTAR could open doors, but pros just never really used it that much for some reason in their games. Now, because I think arenas is, as I said, a close range game mode, door play is also really important in arenas as well, but because the LSTAR is also really cheap, it only costs 400 materials in arenas as well. That's why we get to see such a resurgence of it in this season. It might be one of the best, if not the best weapons to use in arenas right now. And this is why having a completely separate mode in Apex, other than just the BR side of it, is really important to the game, because we get to see different ways to play, different, things we could use in different situations as well. And it just lets us experiment with different things and really find different playstyles and stuff. So with all of this LSTAR buzz right now and everyone using it so much in Apex, is Respawn gonna nerf it? Will Respawn nerf this weapon just like how they nerfed the butt check bow and the Spitfire? And I personally don't think they will, because it is a very new resurgence of it. People are just starting to use it again. And I think Respawn likes to see players actually use different things. Like, the whole point of having a meta is for it to change and always evolve, right? Having the exact same guns being used forever in a game cycle is just very boring and stale. So Respawn hasn't even done anything to this weapon in season 7. It's been the exact same gun, and the players have just discovered different ways to use it and the hidden potential of it. So I don't think Respawn will nerf this weapon anytime soon, at least not in season 9, but we'll see. You never know what Respawn could do. So with that said, guys, what do you think currently of the LSTAR in Apex? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Have you even used it? Leave your comments down below. I want to see your thoughts. I read every single comment, so don't be shy. Also, drop a like on the video, hit that sub button as well, and I'll see you guys as always in some more Apex. Till next time.